What up, YouTube? T-Movies here with that new remake of The Invisible Man, in my opinion, being better than the original. I decided to do my top 10 favorite horror movie remakes that, to me, are actually better than the original film. Now, I'm not saying like the original film of these horror remakes are like not great or anything, but some of these remakes I actually even prefer over the original. So, because of course I did my 10 favorite horror remakes last year, but this is a totally different list. And also, with that being said, here is my 10 favorite horror movie remakes that is better than the original. Alright. Coming in at number 10, I'm going to go with Piranha 3D. Now, Piranha is, of course, a remake of the 1980s horror film that ended up capitalizing on the success of Jaws. Piranha 3D is hands down just straight up awesome. I mean, it is really fun. It's even gorier than the original. I mean, it's directed by Alexandre Aja, who also gave us the movie Claude just recent. It's really, really cool. I mean, you also had a really good cast here, too. Like, you had the likes of, you had the likes of Jerry O'Connell was in this. You had Elizabeth Shue, Riley Steele was in this. Jessica Sore from Gossip Girl fame. Ving Rhames. Some really good cast members in this. I mean, this had lots of gory, like more gory scenes than the original did. I mean, and it also had some very provocative scenes. I mean, if you ever want to see, all right, this may sound come out sound inappropriate, but if you guys ever want to see a movie where a piranha literally swallows a penis and spits it out, this is definitely one for you, because that's literally what happens in this film. But if you guys haven't really seen, if you guys never really seen Piranha 3D yet, definitely go check that one out. Alright. Coming in at number 9, I'm going to go with The Hills Have Eyes remake. Now, the original film was directed by one of my favorite horror film directors of all time, Wes Craven. And this is where, in the remake, you got Bob Carter and his wife, Ethel, who ends up, who along with 5 other members of the family, are heading for San Diego with their camper vans. And so, an accident ends up striking them in the desert, and when, and 2 other men end up going on the run for help, and the others are also forced to wait. But lurking around, there's also cannibals and hills and all. And like Piranha 3D, this movie is also directed by Alexandre Aja, and The Hills Have Eyes remake, it is even gore than the original. I mean, it is a movie about cannibals after all. I mean, who just doesn't love movies about cannibals? But Hills Have Eyes is just super creepy, fun to watch, and I think the remake is actually slightly better than the original. I mean, obviously, the original is just is still great. I mean, Wes Craven, he was the man, but the remake I literally prefer over the original. Although the sequel's not all that good, but the first film is really great. Alright. Coming in at number 8, I'm gonna go with The Blob. Now, The Blob is a remake of a 1950s horror film that had Steve McQueen of horror people. Like, fun fact, the original Blob that got released in the 50s was actually Steve McQueen's first feature film. So, there's a little tidbit for you there too. And so in the remake that got released in the late 1980s, it was directed by Chuck Russell, who also gave us The Mask a couple years ago after this film. And it's where these high school students named Brian, played by Entourage alum Kevin Dillon, Meg, played by Shawnee Smith, and Paul, played by Donovan Leach, ends up discovering a huge gelatinous substance that melts in the flesh of any living creature in its past, and of course the daily substance ends up getting into the town's sewer system, and It's a, creature named like has titled the Blob, and the Blob is really pretty awesome. I mean, it's weird that they never decide to come back to do another Blob, because with today's technology, you can make a Blob remake look really realistic. But anyway, yeah, the 1980s Blob is just really creepy. It's pretty gory than the original. But yeah, if you guys haven't really seen the remake of the Blob yet, go check it out, and hopefully we'll get like a remake down the line, because this is definitely a horror remake that I'll be down to check out. Or another horror remake, I might say. Alright, number 7 might be unpopular to say, but there are aspects of the remake that I actually prefer over the original, because the original just holds a place in my heart. Number 7, I'm gonna go with the remake. Sorry about that, guys. Really tonight. Anywho, as I was saying, my number 7 pick is going to go to the Rob Zombie remake of Halloween. I mean, the remake of Halloween is just, I really like it. Is anyway, sorry about that, guys. As I was saying, yeah, the remake of Halloween, directed by Rob Zombie. It is like, granted, the original holds a place in my heart. I mean, the original is just a classic, directed by John Carpenter and all. But man, the remake of Halloween is a different story. It is just really gorier than the original. I like how in the remake they really went more in depth on Michael Myers' backstory, because the original they only showed a very like little glimpse of him of Michael Myers as a young kid, and so but they never really went in full on depth on his childhood and his family and all. But man, the remake of Halloween, they really went in depth on on where Mike Myers came from, and really went into that. Anywho, yeah, they really went really in depth on where Michael Myers came from and all. And I don't think anyway, I thought the guy who played Michael Myers in Halloween was terrific as Michael Myers. Of course, Malcolm McDowell is like, say whatever you want about the remake. Like, even if you don't like the remake, you can't deny how great Malcolm McDowell was as Samuel Loomis. I mean, I just really thought he nailed every inch of Samuel Loomis. I mean, no, he's not Donald Pleasance. Yeah, he's not Donald Pleasance. But still, Malcolm McDowell really nailed every inch as Samuel Loomis. Of course, you had original Mike Myers actress, or original Halloween actress, Danielle Harris was in this. You had some really great cast members here. I mean, the original still holds a place in my heart, but something about the remake I actually even prefer over the original. So anyway, number 6, I'm gonna go with the remake of Silent Night. Silent Night is, actually Silent Night also has Malcolm McDowell for people, but the remake of Silent Night, it is awesome. I mean, it is a remake of the 1980s horror film Silent Night, Deadly Night. The remake was directed by Stephen C. Miller, who did a great job with this. I mean, it's a horror movie about a killer Santa Claus. What more can you ask for? A killer Santa terrorizing, a small town. I mean, you're not going to want to look at Santa Claus the same way after watching Silent Night. It is really gorier than the original. It's really fun. I mean, you got Jamie King as the sheriff. I mean, who does not love Jamie King? Yeah, Silent Night is just hands down such a fun horror flick, and it is really gory. I mean, Santa literally throws someone inside a wood chipper. Yeah. Not really the Santa Claus you're used to seeing. But yeah, if you guys have not really seen a Silent Night yet, it is really fun to watch and really gory. Alright. Coming in at number 5, I'm gonna go with the 2013 remake of Evil Dead. Now, the original 1980s version, Bruce Campbell, is just, that also holds a place in my heart. It's, pretty gory. It's also pretty funny. But man, Evil Dead took itself way too serious, and it wasn't as a comedic as as the Evil Dead movies were. And you had Jane Levy as the role of Mia, who ends up inhabiting, who ends up, who of course, plays this drug addict named Mia, who's determined to kick her own habit, and she ends up asking her brother David, played by Charlotte Fernandez, his girlfriend Natalie, and their friends Olivia and Eric to accompany her to their family's remote forest cabin to help her to withdraw and all. And so Eric ends up finding this mysterious book of the dead, and the spirit ends up possessing Mia. And I mean, it's a shame we never got to see a sequel, because I mean, the 2013 remake of Evil Dead is even gorier than the original. I mean, you got a girl literally cutting her whole arm off. There's some really gory stuff in this, and it is really creepy. It's fun. Jane Levy, I thought, gave just a remarkable performance. I just thought she was amazing in this film. And I always wanted to see Mia and Ash Williams together. I mean, spoiler, but at the end of the Evil Dead remake, they kind of tease Ash a little. But yeah, we never really got to see another Evil Dead. But anyway, Fede Alvarez, come on, do another Evil Dead film. But anyway, yeah. If you guys never really seen the 2013 remake of Evil Dead yet, go check it out. It is a really gory flick. Alright. Coming in at number 4, I'm going to go with the remake of The Fly. Now, the original got released in I believe the 50s or 40s, if I'm not mistaken. But the remake is just great. I mean,
It's good now, the computer.
I mean, anyway, in the remake of The Fly, you got Jeff Goldblum as the scientist Seth Bunda, who ends up completing his teleportation device, and he decides to test his abilities on himself. But to him, a house fly ends up slipping into the process, leading to a merge of men and insects. So he really becomes a human fly. So this is like a body horror based film, and you also got Gina Davis. I mean, The Fly is directed by David Cronenberg, who did a great job with this film. It is pretty bloody. It's an 80s horror classic. It's a really... Anyway, The Fly remake is really... Anyway, The Fly remake is really terrific. It's just a horror classic. Jeff Goldblum as Hype was great in this. I mean, him becoming a fly is just pretty cool to watch. And I heard that they're supposed to be remaking this, but that never really happened yet. But yeah, if you guys never really seen the remake of The Fly yet, go check that one out. It's an 80s horror sci-fi classic right there. Alright, number 3, I'm gonna go with the remake of It. Now, of course, It ended up being a remake of the 1990s TV movie, based on the Stephen King novel. And there's lots to obviously the original It premiered on TV, so they couldn't really get away with much. But the 2017 remake, they got away with a lot. I mean, you had Pennywise literally bite the arm off of a child here. I mean, poor Georgie really boy, that George that scene with Georgie's arm getting in off was, I mean, a little tad bit intense, but it was really cool. I mean, I'm still surprised that a kid that age will even be okay with a scene like that. But anyway, and Bill Skarsgård as the role of Pennywise. I mean, yeah, he's no Tim Curry, but man, I just thought he was amazing as Pennywise. And the one who plays the Loser Club, like Finn Wolfhard, Jaden Martell, Sophia Lillis, Wat Ola, they were all terrific in this film. And yeah, my Blade out. That's number 2, but the It remake is just terrific, and It Chapter 2 is as good, but the 2017 first remake was really great. Anyway, number 2, it is My Bloody Valentine. Now, the original got released in the early 1980s, And it's about this killer named Harry Warden who ends up killing people on Valentine's Day, and he uses like a pickaxe to kill his targets. And My Bloody Valentine, it also has a Jamie King in it, but man, My Bloody Valentine, it is gory like you wouldn't believe. I mean, this has someone like Harry Warden as taking out someone's eye with his pickaxe. Of course, you see a human heart in this movie. This thing gets really gory from beginning to end. It is really fun. I mean, crazy we still never got to see a sequel because the ending kind of leaves a film opening for a sequel. And heck, it also has a supernatural boy, Jensen Ackles, was in the. Yeah, My Bloody Valentine is just such a gory film. Very even gorier than the original. I mean, I feel like the remake and the original of My Bloody Valentine are like two of the most underrated, underappreciated horror films. I mean, I really watch My Bloody Valentine is probably one of my favorite films to watch around Valentine's Day. I'm not kidding, but yeah, if you guys never really seen the My Bloody Valentine remake or even the original for that matter, go check them out. There's some really gory stuff right there.
No. Yeah. It was really big.
Good. Alright. My number one pick is going to be the remake of The Ding. Directed by one of the greatest horror filmmakers of all time, John Carpenter. I mean, The Ding, which is a remake of The Ding from Another World. It's not only one of the best horror remakes that's better than the original, it's also one of the best remakes better than the original. I mean, the original, it's not really as timeless as the 1980s version, but man, John Carpenter did such a great job with The Ding. It of course takes place in a remote Antarctica, and you got a group of Americans who ends up researching. Of course, American scientists who who are researchers, who end up discovering a dog that has been brutally attacked by both human beings or by a creature, I should say, and turns out that this thing could take form of humans and animals and all that, and they gotta try to find a way who's I mean, it really this thing takes shapes of the victims, and yeah, this thing gets gory and bloody every minute, and the thing is it's a really great one. You had Kurt Russell leading this film, and now of course the prequel of The Thing with Mary Elizabeth Winstead wasn't all that bad, but man, the remake that got released in the 1980s with Kurt Russell is just a horror sci-fi classic. It's fun, entertaining. Yeah, if you guys never really seen 1980s The Thing yet, go check it out. It's a really good one. Alright, that's pretty much it. Let's do the quick rundown. Alright, 10, Piranha 3D. 9, The Hills Have Eyes. 8, The Blob. 7, Halloween. 6, Silent Night. 5, Evil Dead. 4, The Fly. 3, It. 2, My Bloody Valentine. And number 1 is The Ding. Alright. Now there's a few other ones I probably could have added as well. So, Or Cheerleaders Dies. I never even knew that was a remake, actually. Let's see.
You do? Yeah, you're fine. It's crazy.
There's also the Friday the 13th remake, which is the original is still better, in my opinion.
Oh, that's cool. How long have you been doing this?
Let's see.
At this location?
Okay. Hey, what's up, buddy? What's up? All right.
There's some other really good ones I probably could have added. The Sorority Row remake's a pretty good one.
I'm sorry. I mean, yeah, I'll get you through.
But anyway, there's some really good ones I could have added. But let me leave to you guys. What's some of your favorite horror, what, in your opinion, what are some horror movie remakes that is actually better than the original? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This is Team Movie signing off.